In the year 1997, the future is in chaos and turmoil. Mankind is on the brink of extinction. Brave survivors band together and build a time displacement apparatus to receive a signal from a parallel future. This transmission is the Wundercast.
There's one team that kicks ass. They're assembled. They're the Wundercast. Never back down from the brass. Always start first. Never finish last. Had a mic steam. Bit too fast. Oh no, they're out of gas. It's okay there. Just a podcast. They're the greatest. We're the Wundercast.
Welcome to the Wundercast, the official podcast of Wunderblog.com, the home of pumpkins and candy, because we are in Wunder Halloween-a-thon. It is day 6. Today we celebrate anthologies. I am your host, Steven. With me today, I have my co-host, 5-time Trials of Trivia champion, D-Rock,
You had to bring that up.
recently slain.
The streak is over.
I'll avoid it if that's the point of contention. But we're here with the they of theys.
No, it's fine. It's funny too. Like George won the first one,
Mm-hmm.
and then I just won every one after that, and then now I'm 5-2.
If it makes you feel better, it means less because it's Frank's Trials of Trivia.
I agree.
It's like it's like the TNT title as opposed to the world.
And it wasn't. I don't
Yeah.
want to get into logistics and coping.
No,
with
it was a
losing in Trials of Trivia.
it was a perfect.
But it was like,
it was
I
perfect.
mean, usually we all like pick one category, and there's
no,
like a
it
whole
was
thing with
Frank's
that.
choice. It
And
was
Frank
Frank's-
just picked all these categories. Stuff I've never seen in my life, and I still was in the lead at the end, and just
Yeah,
it slipped away.
You got the work rate.
Because Frank picked games, and I think games should be stricken from the record of all Trials of Trivia.
And with us also is
That's how I feel.
Dani, 7-time Trials of Trivia loser.
Thank you.
She did get the
Chicken
most
nugget.
Sonic games though.
Yeah.
That's what you did.
And I think that's why she lost.
Yeah.
Because if Dominic had scored that as wildly as he was supposed to, the Sonic games,
Yeah.
I think she should have won.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But because Dominic lost steam, he didn't award
It's fine.
the proper.
I cheated.
That's
Oh,
the
yeah.
other thing too, is like Dominic like went rogue halfway through,
Yeah.
so we don't even know who would have actually won based on Frank's.
If I had to listen to Frank's rules, I would also
Yes.
go rogue.
No, that's also very fair. Yeah.
It's a time bomb.
I just love like that podcast probably could have been like a half hour shorter without Dom and Frank bickering at each other, which I love. Like that, it makes it so much better of a podcast in my opinion. But also, it's like hilarious.
I think that Dominic and Frank need to have a podcast where they yell at each other.
Yeah, like that was hilarious.
They're so funny.
We were just like all just laughing our asses at that. But
It
we
was
should.
a pretty funny episode, and today's episode is also going to be a hoot and a holler.
Yes, it is indeed.
We're doing a commentary track, as you can read in the title, for the 2007 cult classic film Trick or Treat. We're watching it on Blu-ray.
It is
I
a
think
cult
it's
classic
just-
at this point.
I think it's just trick or treat. Like it's a that apostrophe.
Yeah, but I feel like
Trick or
I
treat.
have to over accentuate it because
Because there is a movie called
there's other Trick or
or Treat.
Treats.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
I feel like
Trick or Treat.
yeah.
Directed by Michael Dougherty.
And we're at the Warner Premiere logo, and we're about to begin our commentary track. Everyone should get queued up, and we will press play in 3, 2, fun, boom. And there we go. The Warner
Yeah,
Premiere is going.
Warner Brothers. Warner Premiere. premiere. Whoa.
This is,
One of their premiere titles.
I think it's less, even though it's premiere, I think it means less.
No, it's definitely yeah.
Like, if you write premiere, they'll think it's good. But, no.
But it's legendary too. Look at that.
And apparently Legendary is the one who holds the rights currently if they were going to do a sequel.
They are doing a sequel, aren't they?
They announced
There's a
one
Trick or Treat
a
too.
decade ago, but they haven't done anything.
Really?
Yeah, they announced one at some
I saw
at some
somewhere
Q&A.
that-
Yeah, they announced one at some Q&A and they had a graphic,
Yeah.
and then nothing happens.
Yeah, I don't remember this
So-
part at all. I don't know. Like every time I watch this, I forget about. Well, I guess because it's like 5 seconds.
Exactly.
So this movie is married to Michael Dougherty, the creator of the film, who made this
Married
film.
to?
Well, it's married to
Yeah.
because the reason this film was made is because superstar director producer Bryan Singer,
Mm-hmm.
who allegedly bangs 14-year-old boys,
Okay.
made
I don't know if that's the best choice
Yeah.
of words.
made this film possible.
Okay, that's fun.
Wow.
Incredibly dark. Darker than the film.
Well, I'm just saying that
Trivia?
the reason
Wow.
why this movie is what it is because of Bryan Singer. So the year this movie came out, it was supposed to get a theatrical release in October, and it was the same year that Bryan Singer and Michael Dougherty teamed up on Superman Returns. And Superman Returns wasn't as successful as they wanted it to be. And so
Yeah.
the studio didn't want to put this movie against like Saw 4 or something
Okay.
Oh yeah.
at Halloween, so they pulled it and made it direct to DVD.
Okay. So, well,
But it got a release this year, didn't it? It got a theatrical release.
Or was that last year?
Was that last year?
That was last year.
Oh, last year. Okay. Yeah.
That was last year.
Really?
So, Trick or Treat's a frequent pick of ours.
I have to.
For Halloween
I
and stuff?
never understand why she handmade a robot box costume. I was just like, why? Why would she pick that? I'm not saying she should have picked something like sexy or anything. I'm just saying, like, of all the things, a robot cardboard box outfit.
She looks like the Flight of the Conchords when they had the Distant Future video.
Yeah, like, it's a very random outfit choice.
The thing is, it's probably just a...
Especially since he's not dressed. Isn't he dressed as like a medieval knight or something? Like, she didn't even want to dress like a knight.
Well, it's...
Or
Maybe that could be portraying that their chemistry as a
Is
couple
off,
is
yeah.
not quite, yeah.
Well,
And also that she's
this
like,
is, by the
that
way,
she's like a Halloween
this
nerd.
Is
She's
insane.
not,
This is insane.
Yeah.
Who takes their decorations down the
the
night
night,
of
like
Halloween?
it's Halloween
You're
is not even
out of.
over. What do
She's
you
out
do?
of her mind. She asked for this death.
I've
because
seen...
I'm telling you, like,
But we've seen this in real life.
I have never
Yeah.
seen anybody
People-
take down their
I have
outfits like the
seen-
night
You've
of.
seen-
I have seen people who at like 11:30 at night are just pulling everything down, so they
Really?
don't have to like see it in November.
That
That's
feels like those
wild.
people are
To
doing
do-
it because
Those people don't
like,
really usually do this much work though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
exactly.
their Halloween
It's
decoration.
like 3 blow-up figures. It's not a whole.
This is the
smorgasbord.
kind of decoration that a person who is obsessed with Halloween does.
Yeah,
And that
and-
person does not take down their shit
in the night.
at 11:30.
Exactly. They wait until freaking like the weekend.
The end of November.
Exactly. Yeah, actually, the end of November.
Yeah, like Thanksgiving. I love that thing that they do there where like every time she rips one of those down you
Yeah.
think something's
It could
gonna
be
be
something,
underneath.
So I feel like
And it comes from somewhere else.
I feel like
That's
beautiful.
a great. Yeah.
I
that's a
feel like
great
this movie
misdirection.
kind of holds a place like in between eras of horror.
Yeah.
So this is like the very last tail end of like what we think of as like 2000s, late 90s sort of horror and that aesthetics.
Yeah.
I would even put it more in aesthetic of like late 90s.
Yeah.
Like that camp factor to it and the over the topness. Like this was not what was going on
But
in
it
the
was made.
2000s.
Yeah.
very
Well,
much.
it kind of seems like they were trying to bring it back.
Yeah.
Well, what Michael Dougherty said was there hadn't been any anthology horror movies since like Creepshow in the
Yeah.
80s.
Wow.
So he was like, I guess that'll be the next thing that comes back into fashion.
And
he
it
thought
did.
that since you had the Scream movies and all
Yeah.
of those type of actors that were running around, that you could make anthology horror movies and reuse some of these actors that
Yeah.
were already known for the genre.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I mean, you know, I think this is still the early 2000s. I think
It's late. This is 2007.
2007, but it's not late.
It's not
like,
2000 and late.
It's not
Okay.
2000.
It's
late.
like mid to
2000.
late.
It's
2000s.
the mid. It's like the mid 2000s,
yeah, mid.
going into the 2010s. But what I'm saying is, like, I feel like the modern anthology now is all found footage. So like with VHS and the advent of that, modern anthology horror,
All of it,
is
but a lot of it. I mean,
all of it.
VHS.
Almost all the most popular stuff is found footage.
You're right.
Yes, I am.
Yeah. And it feels like,
Sometimes.
and
But
it
there are a
feels,
lot of good non-found
well,
footage.
it's also
Nice.
you can make a found footage movie cheaper than like this, which took
Yeah.
a lot of Hollywood studio
And I
money.
I love this.
In
And you
Vancouver.
could tell the inspiration,
comic
the
book.
Creepshow inspiration, because
Yeah.
of the comic book montage, and yeah, definitely. Like they're going
Four
for a
Tales of
Creepshow.
Terror. It's so pulp. I love it.
So I should like love all of this. Like there's like comic book visuals, there's Halloween stuff. But when I first watched this movie in 2007,
Like it.
I viscerally
Despite
disliked this movie.
Really?
I was like, everyone's overhyping this. I thought this movie was like all style and no substance.
I
that
think
it
that's
was all
because
just,
you have
you
a
know,
bit of contrarian in you. When people start hyping things up to you, you're like, oh, no.
no thanks.
I've started changing the way I recommend things to Steven. Because if I say, oh my god, you have to see this movie, it's amazing, he'll be like, oh, cool. If I just say, oh, I watched this movie, it's really good, there's more of a chance he might watch it.
I'm weird.
No, you're contrarian.
I'm weird. I sometimes like to be the devil's advocate.
Uh-huh.
You know?
But there is something to the idea of like the lower your expectations
Yeah.
are, the higher. Because I've had that happen when I watch a movie twice, both ways.
Yeah.
Like loved it the first time, not as high on it the second time, and I've had like hated it the first time, and then like let me try this again, and like okay, what was I thinking? This fucking rules.
Okay, why would you drag your candy through mud like that,
I know
bro?
what the fuck.
Oh,
You're
people are
gross.
yeah, this.
You're gross, kid.
There's
You're gonna
different
eat mud
levels
candy?
of horror here that are like,
Yeah.
ew.
Yeah.
There's also, I mean, this is the fat kid, right? So we've already talked about the fat phobia
Yeah.
of this
For
particular.
Very, yes. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
like many things, it succumbs. Oh, there he is. Like
Brian.
a jump scare produced by Brian.
Jump scare.
A jump scare at this point.
No, what? Oh god.
Oh, God.
I would love to see like an old timey like
Earlier,
dressed up horror host introducing this movie and
Oh,
being
yeah.
like, this movie was produced by Harvey Weinstein. Harvey Weinstein, one of the biggest monsters ever. He would drop his semen in plants before he raped women. He was crazy.
What the fuck?
Dear Lord.
I
Harvey.
did not know that.
Yeah, there's the most famous allegation.
Yeah,
was
right.
that he jerked off into a potted plant and like came on the plant.
Ew.
Was
I didn't know
was
that.
that-
I didn't want to know.
Was that the same plant that Mark Wahlberg tried to talk to?
Ew. No
That's why he
wonder.
thought it was alive.
No wonder.
Okay, anyway, the movie.
What I enjoy very much about this town and this society is how actively into Halloween they are. Like, this whole town
This whole
seems
town is
So
like
I
super-
really-
filled up on Halloween.
This is the kid who plays Sam. Is playing this kid.
So
Oh,
this
really?
is a very
Oh,
2000s.
And
oh
but-
man, that
but-
bra. So
But
Victoria's Secret.
this is a parallel though in the story, because like you see them dressing up in these outfits, and then later they undress and they show their true skin as werewolves. So this is
Yeah.
kind of like
Yeah.
a tease for the fact that they're concealing their true selves
Yeah.
in the guise of we're looking at titties.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
the best art should
I love how you have so managed to forgive him for just blatantly having cleavage everywhere.
be. No, but it's an artistic decision.
Artistic.
Artistic. Will Huff and Will Puff look more
Well,
wolf
this is
teasing? Whoa.
very much popularized by Buffy. The idea that a woman, a beautiful, attractive young girl is more than meets the eye and is more dangerous than she seems. It's a very effective trope that, people use a lot, especially like after like 97.
Yeah, that's why I think this is the end of that era of horror, and you could mark like a change to the higher brow sort of horror later.
Weren't two literally of these people in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back?
What? Who's this
Her
guy?
for sure. I know, but wasn't she in it too?
I don't know who she would be.
She was like one of the four women.
No.
No?
No. The four women.
No, she just looks like what's her name?
It was Elijah Dushku. It was Christy Larder.
Allie Larder.
Allie Larder. Sorry. Allie Larder. Jen Schwalbach, Kevin Smith's wife.
Yeah.
And was it 4? I thought it was 3. It's 3.
I enjoy that. I enjoy how Trick or Treat, like the little. Is that his name? Trick or Treat? No.
No,
what's
it's
Sam.
Sam. I enjoy that Sam. I always like when a horror creature has like little rules, and like if you break them, it's like. But the rules aren't anything like. It's literally just like wild, like random, like don't be rude on Halloween. Like that's all it is.
Yeah,
Like, don't deface the pumpkins. Don't steal all the candy.
No, but I love that, and like especially if there's at least one example in the movie of those rules like stopping him from killing somebody or something like that. Like that's almost creepier in a way because it's so arbitrary.
Yeah.
It's not just I want to kill you. It's like you have to do this.
Oh, there she is in the robot box.
In the robot.
No shit.
She didn't want a sexy costume.
I'm not asking her to wear a sexy costume.
Well, I'm
saying
not saying you're asking her to.
Okay.
I'm just saying maybe that was her thought. She's
That
like,
was
fuck
the-
everyone. Everyone's gonna be a slut. I'm the
That's
robot.
like the costume designer thought process is this character wants something unsexy.
When she could literally
so-
have dressed like a knight, like a dime, like anything
But
else.
again, I think that's also playing up like their chemistry is off, you know?
There's also the fact that this movie cannot actually do any like licensed IPs in their
also
costume or candy.
Which is very refreshing.
So they were like, this bitch is in one scene, let's just put her in a box.
Yeah.
Boxes are cheap.
Boxes are cheap.
But it's also, let me be clear with you, right? After that elaborate Halloween display, that's the best she's got, robot box.
Okay.
That's the best she's
Maybe
got.
she spent all her time on her fucking decorations.
Also, it was probably totally a practically thing. She probably wasn't even there in the
me
box
out
the
of the
second
film.
day.
It's taking me out of the film.
That was a stand-in.
That's what's taking you out of
F.
Trick or Treat.
You see, 2007 Steven was right. I knew it.
Yeah.
This movie's trash.
I the first time I watched this was not quite sure how I felt about it either. Like,
yeah, I mean it's
when you're not expecting what this movie is, you're kind of like, what the fuck are they?
I think too
you expect something scarier and it's got a little more whimsy than you first realized. You're like, okay, but I mean, I think
it's a horror comedy,
Sam
but it's
is
not
the scariest
like
part of the whole
that
movie.
Comedic.
Yeah.
It's just in tone.
Yeah.
It's a comedy. You know?
Sam is the scariest part of the movie.
Yeah, for sure.
It's also
you know,
and the whole thing
what
with Brian
freaks
Cox.
Me out
I mean,
is that he was is he implying that he was gonna poison a bunch of kids?
Yeah, he's like a serial
probably
killer.
yeah. I mean, he's
So, but I mean, that's an incredibly easy thing for people to trace back to you and be like, yo, this motherfucker
everyone
killed a
got-
bunch of kids. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I mean that's kind of logic for a serial
Yeah.
killer.
Oh.
Here we go. Yes.
It's also the movies going through the urban myths of Halloween.
Check
Right.
the candy.
Yeah, true. That's true.
Ugh.
Oh, right on the camera.
So apparently when they made the movie, this was one of the earliest things they shot.
Oh.
So whenever they needed a break from the day or like needed to make someone laugh or something, they were working on an edit the whole time they were shooting the movie of him puking, and they had so much footage that they would make like the puking be longer and longer and longer until the point where they had like a 12-minute cut of him just nonstop
vomiting.
vomiting.
Oh my god, they should put that on the Blu-ray as like a special short
Is it
film.
Easter egg? Oh.
A short film of. Yeah, that's the worst part to me is him like getting all that shit all over him.
Also, if I'm gonna kill someone,
Puke
you know?
remains an extremely effective gross out factor. There's just something so horrifying about puke. Like, to me, worse sometimes than blood, than other things. Like, puke is just...
Blood puke is the ultimate. That's the best.
Well,
I love... If a movie has blood puke in it, man, I'm
no,
like...
I don't know.
I'm
But,
into it.
but
The thing
blood
is
puke
we've-
doesn't freak me out as much as, like, chunky puke. Like,
Oh, well, yeah.
Well, the thing is the chunky puke, like, we all know what puke smells like. So there's that, like, sensory reaction
Yeah.
of, like, having an idea. Jeez, Mr. Wilkins.
yeah.
I love how this is all woven together.
I
too.
feel also, too, upon a first watch, you don't see all of the connections between
Yeah.
the stories.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It really takes multiple watches
It does. And I really...
to start
and I
appreciating
enjoy...
that tapestry.
And
Yeah.
I feel like the effort made to combine all these stories is a lot more than even an effort of like VHS, which is literally just like they go to a house.
Well, those...
There are videotapes.
Those
Like,
things...
it's fine.
Those are purposely not
Yeah.
connected. Like,
Yeah.
the only connection they have is the videos are in this place.
But I'm saying like that it's a way for them to say this is an
This is
anthology,
right.
versus in the most kind of
Well,
like.
this is also directed by one person, where
That's
those
true.
are
That's
collaborations.
true. But I still think the effort made it's work. It requires the through lines and the storylines
Yeah.
to be there and to be connected and.
So it's interesting, too, that the next horror movie Michael Dougherty would make would be Krampus. And I feel like there's definitely some similarities
Yeah.
between
Definitely.
Sam and the way that Krampus
yeah.
monsters
Yeah.
Well, just the tone
Or
of those
the
two
rules.
movies.
and
The
the rules
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
movie, you know. There's some common...
The darkly
Sinew.
comedic, yeah.
Yeah. I love
I
Krampus.
wanted to like Krampus a lot more, but I struggle
Love
with.
that
I'm
movie.
not a big fan.
Yeah,
And we
maybe
recently rewatched it, and I just,
maybe in 10 years it'll click.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's just that I feel like so many other movies have been so bad that this movie, like, raised up by proxy of not being... of, you know, just other films getting worse.
Yeah.
Like, we've seen, like... We've watched a lot of the Halloween horror anthologies.
Mm-hmm.
And between Bad Candy and Tales of Halloween, this one is, like, by far
Oh, yeah.
the best execution
I don't
of
think I
a
even
Halloween
finished...
night
I don't think I even
anthology.
finished Bad Candy. And I like... The singer of one of my favorite bands is in that movie, and it was still like... I don't like this.
No, all these movies get really good cast, and they get a lot of interesting people.
You know what's
It's
a
just-
great anthology that is directed by multiple people but also has a very consistent through line to it is Southbound.
Yeah.
That movie's really fucking good. I was
Yeah.
impressed with the way that like each story leads into the next one and the overarching thing where it comes back around at the end. I love it.
I love how you neglected to tell everyone that Michael Dougherty also did the
Godzilla?
screenplay of Godzilla King of the Monsters and X-Men Apocalypse.
I was working.
Godzilla versus
Terrible
Kong.
movie,
I was-
X-Men Apocalypse.
I was working my way
He
up
did
to it.
Godzilla versus Kong too though. That
No, he
movie
did.
fucking
He
rules.
just did a story credit.
Oh, I'm
Oh,
so
really?
sorry. You were working towards it.
I was building towards the rest of his catalog.
Oh no, he also wrote Urban Legends Bloody Mary, which was the worst movie ever. I turned it off after 5 minutes.
Is it the sequel to Urban Legends?
Yes, it is, and it is not good.
No.
No, Puppy, don't eat a finger.
Puppy, don't eat that finger.
No.
That's not treats. So,
Yeah, like you really get the forest for the trees when you
Does-
watch it a second time. Like,
Does this count as a graveyard for graveyard shift? I guess it does. Kind of.
kind of.
It's a grave.
I feel like a graveyard
not.
is more than one body buried.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's just a grave, not a graveyard.
You don't think he has more bodies under his house?
Well, that's a fair point.
But there are no gravestones.
Yeah.
Would that?
No, but like I would put Poltergeist on graveyard shift day.
See, like this is
Yeah.
Even though we
funny.
technically don't have a graveyard, but it's the whole plot is based upon.
But
There being an Indian grave.
there is a graveyard. In that he literally shows him a
Oh
graveyard.
yeah, and he pulls it up.
and then
the
he's
thing.
like,
Yeah,
well, we
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
move the bodies.
Mm.
That was the whole point of Poltergeist.
Yeah.
Sure.
Happy Halloween.
I love that. I like horror comedies that are like where all the comedy is like in your mind you're like that's funny, but it's too horrifying for you to
Yeah.
actually laugh at it. Like this, where he's like kicking the kid and like I love that.
No. Daddy has a date.
So do they have a mom, or is their mom already dead?
I'm sure he
Seems like
killed the mom.
Not around. Yeah, I think probably maybe her body's buried.
Mm-hmm.
After we carve the jack-o'-lantern. But you have to be quiet.
He's so great in this too. I love his performance. It's like right in the sweet spot where this character needs to be.
Bonk.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Oh yeah, the nose.
Yeah, piss on those gnomes.
Daddy, wanna carve a pumpkin? Daddy, wanna go to the parade?
So yeah, I don't know how somebody watches Trick or Treat.
See?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
wish Mommy was still alive.
I don't know how someone watches Trick or Treat and is like, yo, let's give this guy Godzilla 2.
Well, he was also working on other action movies, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like you said, X-Men Apocalypse, that was not good.
No.
That was not a good X-Men movie.
Oh
No.
wow! And see, this is all connected.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
this,
happening
yeah, this
right
is-
in that
yeah.
moment.
well, they set it up because he was just at the house before,
Mhm.
trick or treating. It's weird too because I feel like this movie doesn't
Oh, jump scare.
waste time with the horror
Mm-hmm.
because it's an anthology film,
Mhm.
you know, that you don't get like the normal pacing that you get in
That's
like
true. Yeah.
a regular horror movie.
Mhm.
So like there's not like that thing in a horror movie where like you're working your way up towards like a
Towards the-
build to
And
a
it's
climax.
frenetic because it all has to end at midnight. So like it's like this is the chaos that's happening.
The closest thing is the ending with Sam
Yes.
and Brian Cox
Mhm.
is like, but it starts very immediately, and then you start to get into some of that building of tension when he like escapes or gets away or like he shoots him or something. I forget exactly what happens, but there's a little bit of that in that last scene. But all of this is just like, it just throws it right into it.
And this kid's just adorable.
Mm-hmm.
He just looks like the sweetest, non-evilest child.
Mhm.
Adorable future serial killer.
Slowly twirling the knife on
Yeah, I
your
love
fingertip
this
the way
little-
you do.
Well, it's like a funny like, will he kill him? Will
Right,
he not
exactly.
kill him?
It's kind of right up to the very last moment, you're like, oh shit.
So apparently Michael Dougherty started writing the script as like a, he wrote it in like short pieces while he was in NYU Film School.
Mm-hmm.
So he wrote like 2 of the anthology sections. And then when he was told to make a spec script, he decided to make it an anthology horror so that it would stand out
Nice.
and be able to show a lot of different tones and styles.
Mhm.
I think this kid.
Yeah, and I
playing-
just realized that they're kind of making this little kid a red herring. Like, is he the one that killed the girl in the beginning? Because he's a small little person.
Mhm.
This fucking lady.
Two drunk
This
kitties.
is just.
Why are you shaking your ass in the face of children?
She's drunk as hell.
No, thanks. But,
All right, fine. I'll see what I
Oh my god.
It's just drunk adults.
Yeah,
Another aspect of Halloween.
that is true. It's a grand tradition.
Now, be safe. Watch out for monsters.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that was. Coach Taylor was in a hot dog costume.
But fucking a pig.
Think. Check. That's just not.
I think also too because they're all like nondescript,
What'd you find?
it makes the movie better.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
The nondescript costumes.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, but
You don't focus on
Right.
Yeah.
the costume.
It's not like a bunch of Easter eggs. Like, oh look, he's dressed up as this.
Almost.
So the other lore is they didn't want to hurt any actual pumpkins when making this movie.
Macy, why don't we
So a lot of the pumpkins are either ceramic or made of styrofoam or other non-pumpkin materials because pumpkins are not the best long-term prop
Mhm.
as they decompose.
Oh yeah, true. I love this girl. Oh my god, she's the best.
What is he supposed to be?
Did you carve these yourself?
That guy.
Is he like a pimp death? Like what is
Yeah, like a
He's a guy in a
Sexy
scary costume
Frankenstein,
and
I
a
don't
suit.
know.
I'm Schrader.
he? It's like a skull mask. But
Rhonda.
only people that wear purple on Halloween is the Joker. I don't know.
Right. Oh, I love this. I forgot about this part. The sexy vampire dude.
I think too, it's hard to keep track of this movie with. It's like every scene has a twist and
Yeah.
a reveal.
Yeah.
Like every 10 minutes, there's a twist and a reveal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and like almost every other scene is a new movie.
Yeah.
Like,
It definitely plays with all the different genres.
yeah, for sure. Oh yeah. This is hot.
Michael Dougherty was so horny in 2000.
Yeah, he was.
I would be interested to see, what this actually would have been received like in a theater in 2007.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll never know. But, the Miami theater experience is so unique. I
Yeah.
can't imagine someone watches like, what the fuck
Yeah, right.
is the nerd? That don't make no sense.
Ugh, yeah, I hate going to movies in Miami.
I think it depends on what I'm watching. But
Well, yeah, true.
In general, people are very strange.
Yeah.
Freaking Halloween marching bands, bro.
Damn Halloween marching bands.
Oh, look.
Gotta ruin everything. Maybe he's not a knight. Maybe he's supposed to be like.
He's the worst.
He looks like an
Not that
executioner.
woman killed, dude.
Yeah.
Maybe he's
Wow.
like a space, like a Buck Rogers type of space guy. I don't know. Well, this
Anybody?
is the worst couple's costume. It is.
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
The perfect crime.
Hang out here in front of this barber shop, like you're waiting to get a haircut.
This dude fucking put on a Peyton Manning jersey and was like, "This is my costume."
This is my outfit.
That was one of the things about A New World. There were some like really hilariously creative costumes, especially like people who forgot to wear a costume. Remember when Jake literally just put a sign around him that said "invisible"? He just walked around like that all day.
You mean Samhain? Samhain, also known as All Hallows Eve, also known as Halloween. Predating Christianity, the Celtic holiday was celebrated on the one night between autumn
Preach,
and winter,
sister.
when the barrier between the living and the dead was thinnest, and often involved rituals that included human sacrifice.
So,
Yeah, man.
It's heavily implied that Rhonda is neurodivergent, so it's
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
nice to see her get a win in this, because a lot of the times the neurodivergent kid does not get the win.
Well, I mean, they
or they
literally
become the monster, or, you know.
they literally call her Rhonda the R word,
Yeah.
and then tell a story about how a bunch of mentally handicapped children
Yeah,
are
died.
murdered by their parents
Yeah.
because they don't want to deal with them. So yeah, I think that's kind of a theme here.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's nice because
For-
it's,
no, it is.
or the twist, you know, like, because a lot of times it would be she's responsible
Right, exactly.
for the murders, or she
No, the
becomes
treatment
the killer.
of mentally disabled people in horror
Is
is
this where
really awful.
it is?
Yeah.
This is where that school
Shut
bus-
up, Sam. Halloween school bus massacre.
Oh shit.
Don't call it
the
that.
Halloween.
Don't call it that. Why?
Legend. It was
It's
sponsored
this
by-
awesome town legend. Yeah, man, they just kill all these R-word
You
kids.
said it right.
You said it better.
It happened 30 years ago. On a
So if it happened 30 years ago in 2007, it happened in like 1977. So,
You're trying to figure out if this is referring to, tacitly referring to another movie?
Well, I just know 1 year later Halloween comes out,
Yeah.
78.
Yeah, that's true.
So in a way they're putting their lore just
Mm-hmm.
a fraction of a bit of time right
Mhm.
before the original Halloween.
There were 8 of them. And they were different.
So
Maybe
they-
Michael's
they-
the only one who survived.
So apparently they're played by real disabled children.
Oh, really?
Every day,
Yeah.
parents
Oh,
left their
cool.
dirty secrets on this bus to be driven to a school miles outside of town.
I think that makes it worse.
I don't know. We're gonna represent your horrific deaths now.
Yeah.
Aren't you kids hyped? Woo, Hollywood.
I mean, I guess
Maybe they got paid,
the
so-
argument is that they got retribution, so that's a win. But is it a win to become a demon ghost? I don't know.
I don't know. You don't have to stay a demon ghost forever, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, look who's there. Nice. Dead crow.
And instead of taking the students home,
This I think is the most well executed part of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Is like, because this is like the one time you feel, I think, like real dramatic weight behind what's going on.
Just this thing about the bus or the whole segment?
No, the death of these kids, this whole segment. I think this is like,
Because I think what happens
The best
after this
brother.
is also should be included in that. Because the whole thing in the pit and all of that
Yeah.
stuff is so well done.
This film, before 2022, was only done with private screenings, like small screenings.
Oh, wow.
They did Austin, Texas, Scream Fest, sponsored by Fangoria. They did an LA film screening, and San Diego Comic-Con. So the first theatrical release was October 6, 2022.
Wow.
the money they collected
Yeah.
together, they asked him to do the unthinkable. It almost worked.
The way this is lit too, like,
Yeah, it's really cool.
and the haze. I don't know how. What I guess it's probably just like a smoke machine that they let it clear.
Well,
They're just their costumes too are like disturbing, but they're also cute.
Right, yeah.
I think
Like, they
I
walk
think
that
what's
line.
sad is that it's like this is like one of the genuinely more horrifying moments in the movie that
It
like
is.
parents would like pay someone to murder their children
Yeah.
because they're not neurotypical. Like it's so messed up. Like
Yeah.
it's horrible. Like
Mhm.
they deserve to be little demon ghosts. They deserve to kill everybody.
Yeah,
like
for sure,
you
right.
deserve that. Go kids.
Also, that little bit of retribution here of like,
Yeah.
well, we're gonna kill this driver too.
Yeah. Well, he wasn't trying to. He was just trying to escape, but he didn't understand because he's still a kid, you know. Doesn't know how to drive.
Yeah. Is he though? Like, is he not driving purposely?
No, they
You don't
did
think?
not. No, his intention was not to drive into the gorge. His intention was to go home. He says, "Home, I want to go home."
Oh yeah.
So he just didn't know how to turn.
Right.
So that's what makes it tragic, is that
Right.
they didn't want to die.
Yeah, it was 1977, so these kids, they hadn't played Grand Theft Auto. They didn't know how to drive cars.
Yeah.
The driver was never heard from again.
Yeah, he. Oh.
Good.
Oh, he didn't die. Oh, that's too bad. Wait, does he just get killed now? Maybe he does.
No, it's gonna take a while.
I feel like they
Takes till the end of the movie.
takes till the end of the movie.
As for the bus,
Oh, that's a great transition.
it sank so deep that it couldn't be found. Others say the town just didn't want it to be found.
That's cool.
For all we know,
And this
Still
shot
fun.
lined up like that. Oh, I love that.
and
That's
so were
great.
those kids.
I have a new appreciation that for like movies, the way movies arrange people in space.
Really?
Like that shot, and then they all turn to each other. Like that's such a cool thing.
8 victims, 8 jack
I've been watching a lot of Kurosawa, so like he's like the master of that.
So, we're going to leave them by the side of the lake as an offering to those who died.
We're gonna do some bullshit I just made up.
This is hilarious. In October 13, 2022, Collider wrote an article about Trick or Treat Sam is a good boy, about how his rules make Halloween fun. Always wear a costume, always hand out candy, never blow out a jack-o'-lantern before midnight, and respect the dead.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Very pretty.
It's
Thank you.
it's weird because like Spirit Halloween has really picked up Sam
Oh yeah, no.
as
Very
like
big.
a full-on Halloween icon.
Oh wow.
I wonder how much of that is gonna actually like last, or if it's just this little
I mean, it's now been
this little breath now. You know?
it's now been
Yeah, but that's
16 years. Which you're right. I mean, what is it in 2030? But it kind of feels like every Halloween this movie
gains a little more
gains
steam.
life
Mhm.
and gains steam and gains a new audience of people.
Yeah.
I think, out of all of the the mid 2000s movies, I think it actually is it aside from some small moments, it kind of holds up well.
Yeah.
It's not too, overtly misogynist. It's not, it's not like too bad. Like it does. It's I don't know. It does. It has. It's a lot more. It's when you watch it, you're surprised at how a lot more watchable it is.
Mhm, yeah. Yeah, it gets more and more watchable every time you watch it.
And it also doesn't feel like too dated. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To the point where it's like, oh my god,
Right.
you could never make this movie
Mhm.
in 2020, whatever. Like you could never do this now.
Yeah, it's got a good, not necessarily timeless, but like out of time quality.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a movie that was made during a certain period, but you still enjoy it. It doesn't feel like it's something you can't watch again, or like you're only gonna watch it academically because you're like, okay, I want to know what it was like.
Is he gone?
Oh, this is just wrong.
Yeah, no.
Why are they trying to set her up?
So
Because they're mean, and she sees right through them.
Beggars can't be choosers. Although considering they're not like actually seducing these people,
Yes, they're
it's
choosing them.
probably less of a horrible thing. to
Yeah.
So
do. You just come kill this fat guy in a baby
In a
suit.
baby outfit, yeah.
So Anna Paquin and Brian Cox both got pulled over from the X-Men movies
Yeah.
to be in Trick or Treat. Why couldn't they get, Hugh Jackman in this shit?
Jackman didn't want to be in this
Come
shit.
on, bro, Trick or Treat. He could
Hugh
have played.
Jackman read that script.
He could have played Sam. He could have done it.
Yeah.
He's got range. He's got range. I think that's if they wanted to really make Sam an icon of Halloween, release Sam into the public domain.
Sam is
Okay.
an icon of Halloween.
But he could be an even bigger icon.
Because
If you release him
think
to the
about
public
it,
domain, like
well,
Santa
Michael's
Claus.
not in the public domain, and
But
he's
Santa
pretty
Claus
famous.
is. Santa Claus is.
But that's because Santa Claus was invented hundreds of years ago. You can't own Santa Claus.
2007 was 100 years ago to me. I also, too, I love the trope of little kids doing scars and then putting, like, little stitches
Yeah.
the little
in their scars. It's adorable.
But I think what's so successful about Sam as a character is that he is both adorable and horrifying.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something really hard to do.
Mhm.
Like, he is both cute and terrible.
It's true, yeah.
Like,
Well,
Like even like both of his masks, like
Yeah.
even the one underneath is
his
like
his real face. Yeah.
is like yeah, right.
well, that's what makes him a great icon. Is
Yeah.
like Michael Myers. He is like one aspect of Halloween.
Yeah.
But Sam has like also
It's
the
both.
mischievous and like
Mhm.
joyful and
Yeah.
He's
like
the trickster.
protector side of Halloween.
He's very much the dichotomy. He is both the light and the dark.
Mhm.
Because if you play by the rules and you enjoy Halloween,
Mhm.
he leaves you alone. He doesn't bother you. He doesn't do anything to you. If you break the rules...
And very like childlike in his application of the
Yeah.
rules also.
So she's a witch.
He's dressed like a witch.
She's dressed like a witch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the movie decides that she's a good character that has to be protected and
Mm-hmm.
and taken care of.
Yeah, I don't think you
Okay.
could kill this girl and have people care about this movie going forward.
Yeah.
She's too likable.
She's too sweet.
Especially after this, what they do to her right now.
But that's what's so interesting about this movie is that in general it has sort of a strange morality.
It does, right?
Like-
Because they do this to her, and then when they're screaming for her, she fucking locks them out.
But you're
It's
like,
like, yeah, fuck you.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
kind of deserve that.
Made your bed, didn't you?
Yeah, you
A little
just-
bit.
No, also too, it's like you disturbed the dead
Right.
by
Yes.
mocking them.
Mhm.
You know, it's not
You
right.
broke the rules.
You broke the rules.
Mm-hmm. What was their offering that they were like candy?
Pumpkin.
No, pumpkins.
pumpkins.
They were gonna
They
put
were
like,
giving
but that was all just for show. I think.
Right, like
pumpkins.
what a great sacrifice, pumpkins. Thanks a lot. We fucking got murdered by our parents, but thanks for the pumpkin. They demand a greater sacrifice.
This was so mean.
So fucked up.
So mean.
And also, it's like I go back and forth on like, is the boy actually flirting with her? Is he just fucking with her? Because sometimes it seems like
He's fucking with her. Like, if he has any real feelings, he allows them to be stamped out by the mean.
yeah. Well,
The
doing
mean
this
girl,
obviously kind of puts
No, she got
a
Velma.
stamp on that.
My glasses! I can't see without my glasses. Jinkies!
Steps on her, damn. God, like, abandon the prank at this point. Like, you've scared her. And now you've put her in danger. Well done.
Yeah, she could have hit her head on a rock and died.
Yeah, and that's the point where they're like, oh crap,
Oh no!
this was
Our
a
life
bad
has
idea.
consequences.
Yes, exactly. I'm telling you, like, pre-teens are, like, the worst
But
people
not just preteens.
on the planet.
Teens.
Yeah, early teens, yeah.
Children don't always think about the consequences of their actions. Like, they really don't.
I forget who. There was some comedian that was like, 12-year-olds are the worst people on the planet. When I see a group of 12-year-olds, I cross the street to get away from them.
I think he does, as out of all of them, I think he does feel the most bad.
He like, yeah, like he has...
I think when he started talking to her, he didn't expect to think she was sweet.
Mhm.
So like...
And she's cute. Like,
Yeah,
he probably was like,
yeah.
hey, she's actually kind of cute.
But he realizes how scared she really is, and
yeah.
it's like...
And he's, yeah.
But he's still not smart enough
No,
to
he's
not
still-
play the joke on her.
He still deserves to get murdered.
Well, he disrespected the dead, is what the
Indeed,
point
yes.
is.
And this braces.
This bitch is like...
I think the worst one is the braces kid. Because, like, braces kid, you should know better.
Yeah, Brace's kid. Well, but see,
Doing
Brace's
this
kid
shit.
is doing this for survival.
Right,
Because
exactly.
he knows that if he doesn't
They're
do it to
next.
her, they're going to turn on him.
Macy, she's scared out of her mind. What else do you want?
Exactly. Like, it worked. See, and she's jealous because she likes him. I like you can get all the little dynamics. Like,
yeah.
when she's telling the story, like, you can see her, like, rolling her eyes at him, asking her nice questions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, she just,
See,
like,
there
broke
you go.
all the fucking rules.
All the rules.
Broke all the rules.
How did the school bus get here?
Mm-hmm.
That part's true. What happened to the bus driver?
I don't know, Chip.
What?
See,
Do you
and that's what's terrible is like you went down here. There's literally the bus of the dead children. Their corpses are in there.
Right? Yeah.
Like this is a grave.
So it is a graveyard. There you go.
That's true. It is a graveyard.
Yes, there's more. Yes, there's 8 bodies. At least. I think you'd scoop the dead bodies out, though. 1977. I don't think you let them
If
rot.
anyone cared enough to do it.
Ah, they're special kids. Let them rot. It's good for the foundry.
I don't know. Do you blame her? Like I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
blame her for
not
locking
at
the
all.
door on him because I feel like
Nope.
it's like. I also feel like maybe there's a part of her that intrinsically understands the rules. Like he disrespected the dead with them,
Macy,
so he has to pay the consequences.
Mhm.
It's not her place to forgive them
Yeah, it's not.
for what they're getting.
But I'm saying like it almost kind of seems like she inherently knows the rules. You know, like
Yeah.
she locks the door on him because.
She would become an accomplice if
Yeah,
she
if she helped
if she
him.
helped them survive.
And she might be, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Oh, those are so,
Yeah, they're really cool.
so creepy. And you get, like, not only the karmic aspect of this, but also, like, the cried wolf aspect, where, like, oh, they're screaming, oh no. Fuck them.
See, and she keeps all the other pumpkins alive and she doesn't blow them out. It's like she understands the rules in a way.
Mhm.
Peace out.
It's not a trick, it's real. Oh, okay.
Bye bye.
Bye. Pyramids.
And that's kind of the ambiguous thing. Like, does she think it's a trick? Does
Right,
she
exactly.
think it's real?
Mhm.
Like,
Either way you interpret it, she was right.
she's, yeah.
Basically. And this unreadable face is like, that's...
Yeah, it's like you
that's-
don't know. Like
That's
what-
harder to do than you think for an
Because-
actor.
Oh, it is, especially for a young actor. And that's the thing. It's like she's not enjoying their deaths.
No.
She's not.
She just knows it's how it has to be.
Yeah.
There's a little moment there with Sam of like...
And then she takes the one jack-o'-lantern and keeps it for herself.
Mhm.
And that protects her on the way home.
Oh, Oh, look at that shot. That's
yeah, it's
gorgeous.
really cool. I love the use of jack-o'-lanterns in this movie
Yeah.
a lot. It's really great.
Oh man, that ending. I mean, holy
Yeah.
crap. This is like kind of the perfect pick for Pumpkin Pride, even though it's also perfect pick for anthologies.
Maybe next year we should do a category. This is just about fog. Because this movie has some good fog.
We could program The Fog.
Sponsored by The Fog.
There's some good fog in.
There's a remake of The Fog too, isn't there?
It's terrible.
That's what I heard.
It's so terrible.
Yeah.
She's a good girl. She can take care of herself.
I wish that were true. Mom always said she was the runt of the litter.
Oh dear. See, that sounds so horrible until you've actually seen the movie.
Oh my god, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's really hot.
I just received, until you see who it is. No, but I also just saw some very breaking news, but it's not important.
So,
Okay.
this guy you're
For this
sitting
out.
down with, a nice one.
It's not important. It's Halloween time. Time has passed.
Ho ho Halloween.
Halloween.
Yeah, ho ho.
Breaking news! This is a great Halloween movie.
Yes, it is. It is. It like fits into so many categories like really well. Not in just the like, oh, this technically fits in this category. Like, this is a great Halloween movie. It's a great anthology.
Yes.
It's a great pumpkin movie.
It's a great horror comedy.
It's a great furballs movie. Like, well, and we're not doing furballs, but creature, you know. It's a great titty movie. That's a fantastic. Yeah.
No, you're the worst.
It's creepy too how that mask like makes it look like his nose is like disappeared.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It's like flat.
Like it totally eats away
He's
his nose.
so different.
Great shot.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. And then just like her hair is like the hottest thing in the world right now. Like honestly.
She
like,
starts the movie in that cloak and ends it like this. Like, holy fuck. And a pack wing.
the hottest thing in the world is that hair.
I know.
What did he do to you? Asked him for their advice and played hard to get.
That's why I hate that the X-Men movies never put her in her yellow outfit, her yellow and green outfit. Like Anna Paquin looked really good in it.
Drink?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, like he totally looks like he's some like really hot dude until you know you find out who he actually is.
Yep. I can't believe those teeth stayed in his mouth the whole
I
time.
know, right? Those are like high quality.
Ugh, when he said he had a date. Ugh, gross
Ugh.
creeper.
Stephen Wilkins.
Stephen Wilkins.
I'm glad you're a person, really. I like you.
Who are you people?
She's a great evil smile.
Who are we?
See, and I love the reveal because when you first ask the question, like, oh my god, we're all the boys. The boys don't see this dead guy, and then they cut to, oh no, they're already all dead.
And the reveal
Not
of...
the hot dog.
No!
Damn it, you didn't take it.
The way they do that reveal from his perspective is so, like, he's looking around and seeing all these dead... Oh!
It's also
Holy shit, the movie set up that the hot dog was the coach who was banging someone from behind at the party. So they picked up the coach at the party as the hot dog and brought him back here.
Yep.
Holy shit.
So they just were all around town picking up gross guys.
Yes! Oh my god, I love this fucking needle drop. This song should be in like half of all horror movies. It's just
the
ultimate vibe.
Yes.
Yeah, well.
Jump scare again. But yes, I do agree it is the ultimate vibe. We cannot argue with that.
So good.
Can't argue with the vibes, honestly.
It really, the ultimate vibes.
And then you think, okay, what's their stitch? Are they witches?
Right.
Are they,
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
vampires? What's going on? Why are they taking off all their clothes? And then you find out.
Kablowie!
I actually, you know, if I were arranging this movie, this is
Oh my.
Titty!
this is how you end the movie. Strong.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
This
I
should
always
be the
think
ending of
this
the
is
movie.
the end, but
This should be the last shot of the movie.
But I
Yeah,
understand
but-
why it isn't.
I get it.
Because
Yeah.
of the poetic nature of.
the pumpkin shot is like, that's
Yeah.
how you want to end this movie.
Oh, and this is so cool.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I love
Oh, yeah.
I love when with werewolfism they have to rip their skin off to like reveal the monster underneath. Like I think there's something really poetic and interesting
This
about
is,
it.
yeah, this is definitely one of the best werewolf transitions, I think.
And then they
This is basically Dusk Till Dawn, but werewolves
Yeah,
instead
but werewolves,
of
yeah.
vampires. And way hornier.
I love those teeth, too, that are like, it's almost like they're all one.
Yeah.
There's very little division between
Yeah.
them, but they're also like serrated.
Yeah.
So cool. And he's just, yeah.
See, and for Sam, none of this is breaking the rules. They didn't burn out any jack-o'-lanterns. They're enjoying themselves. They're, you know,
They played a
respecting the
trick.
They're
dead.
visiting the rules upon other
Yeah.
earlier. That's a great, like, segue into, like, the final act of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Earlier.
Earlier. Kids, the lights aren't on. Why
Yeah,
would
what
you
are
go
you
to the house?
doing?
That's not a good idea.
Nope.
Yo, this
That's a
kid's
terrible
dressed
idea.
like a funky ass clown. Okay.
For real, dude.
He doesn't have any good sense. In his life. He's like, Mom, I want to be a funky clown tonight.
Oh,
I got me a
no.
tie-dye shirt.
When the lights are out, they're all dressed like clowns.
They're
Look,
all
it's a group costume.
See?
It's a group clown outfit.
And they're idiots.
They're
There
little
you go.
clowns. Why would you go to the store?
Yeah.
It's
for
almost like
real.
they dared themselves to do it, you know? My favorite thing is if he always had his lights off, but any kid that, like, was brave enough to go to the house, he would have, like, full-size Snickers for them, like,
Yeah, right.
like, you did
You
it!
passed the test.
You passed the test!
What's amazing too is like there's no political things in front of anyone's house.
That would actually
Yeah.
be really
Yeah.
fun to do for like a Halloween setup. Is if you had like a big arch coming into your house to your front yard, but the rest of your house was dark, and the arch just said "Enter if you dare," and they see
Yeah.
who enters, and then if they do, you give them full-size Snickers.
Abandon all hope, ye who enter here.
What was glowing?
The dog's eyes.
Oh, the dog.
Yeah, it was just like it's like his little dog
Yeah.
with some glowing eyes on it.
Oh my god. Oh no, poor baby. But see, he steals their candy, which is like the crime.
Yeah.
I mean, and other things, but
So Brian Cox says that he didn't read the script when he accepted the movie.
yeah.
And he had no idea what was going on. He just told the director, he's just like, just tell me what to do and stuff, and I'll just react. And so that's why his performance is like so like natural
Yeah.
and like
Yeah.
he's like just reacting to everything.
But they put a prosthetic nose on him, which is interesting. I guess because they're trying
He
to make
said
him look
that
like
he wanted to visually
not
he
look
wa-
like himself.
He wanted to look like John Carpenter,
Uh,
and he said that they failed, and he looks like Jerry Garcia.
That's because they put long hair on you. I think he looks a little John Carpenter-y. That dog is so cute.
I know.
Is this a does the dog die moment? I can never remember.
Oh.
Yeah, right? Poor dog.
Yeah, I don't
R.I.P.
remember.
R.I.P. Poochie, probably.
I guess it's better to not be an orphan dog,
Oh.
right? You're gonna die with your master.
But it's important to warn people. I mean, anyone listening to this has probably already seen this. But
Yeah, true. But so have we, and we can't remember.
Exactly. It is, yes, I'm sorry to tell you all, the dog is not going to make it.
Whoa, and they're watching Scooby-Doo.
Oh, is that what that was?
That was Scooby-Doo Zombie Island.
He's just flicking through different
Which
Halloween.
also has a great monster reveal, but the women reveal that they are cat werewolves, not actual werewolves.
Oh.
It's very
that's
similar to
sweet.
this movie, so that's purposeful Easter egg.
I just love his performance in this.
Do they
It's so-
punish the dog because he participates in his schemes, even though the dog doesn't know any better?
He's an evil dog. He has an evil owner.
He's an evil dog.
And look, he had a bird that's dead. He's got an empty cage for us, because just everything he touches just withers. This is a
Whoa.
great piece of property, though, for a bus
Yeah.
driver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People used to make a living wage in this country.
Yeah.
It could also be a
Yeah.
family heirloom. He passed down inherited wealth. Like if his family has lived in this town for,
Oh,
their,
yeah,
for their
true.
whole generations.
We're assuming this is like a northeast town, right? Like,
It seems
Kind of, yeah.
whatever it is, it's definitely kind of like an insular town.
It definitely seems to be a northeastern town because they have a fall. There are like lots
Yeah.
of leaves falling, and it's chilly. They're not in like super skimpy outfits.
Mhm.
Even the girls, when they're wearing skimpy outfits, they're covered up with cloaks and stuff.
Mhm. Oh, hey, look.
See, it's because he named the dog Spite. That's why.
Yeah, Spite.
Sealed his little fate.
that's a pretty dope name, though.
It is.
Spite. Oh, no. Is
Oh.
that why the dog is punished? Because he disrespects the dead by
Mm.
eating the finger. But it's...
Oh.
Yo, there's no forgiveness
There's the
for ignorance.
There's just the rule.
I've got a DNR membership in my pocket. Shut on the fireplace. So get out of here before I...
It's me, Mr. Green. Steven Wilson.
Does he think that an NRA membership absolves you of murder?
Who
Does he
knows?
think that that's like...
They
oh.
printed me a license to kill. I'm 008.
I think it's like his way of saying he has guns, but like just say you have guns.
It stinks like a dead whore out here.
It stinks like a dead whore.
Why do you know what that...
So
I know,
that
right?
that little boy smells like a dead whore.
Wow.
It's the vomit.
Yeah.
Oh, dead whore's vomit.
Also,
No.
if this yard has several bodies in it, it does not smell good.
Yeah.
You know? If you had to dig up the dirt, it does not smell good.
Mm. Uh-oh.
Oh, Spite. R.I.P. little pup.
Little Spidey.
This is so cute.
Yes. And they all have like a different face.
Mhm.
Is the coolest part. I don't know how
The
much of that
production
might
company
be.
must have had a lot of fun doing this. I wonder if these are real pumpkins or if
Some
they're
of
just
them
like
might be
foam
digital.
pumpkins.
I told you they're styrofoam and ceramic.
Oh, you did? You
Yeah.
said that? I'm sorry.
Yeah, they didn't want to use real pumpkins because they
'Cause-
decayed.
Yeah, they go bad.
I wonder if they added any of those faces digitally.
I think they just made them.
It's 2007, bro.
Yeah, they just
Yeah.
made them. It's easier to
True.
just make them.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
Also, there's something about this movie that, like, you can tell, like, a lot of time was spent on it, you know? It
Mhm.
doesn't, like, seem like a movie that didn't have a lot of...
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like
Thoughts into
it's clearly fairly low budget, but it's also very extravagant in the
I would say it was
in
mid.
the
I would
production
say it was
design.
mid-budget, not like low budget.
No, like like
indie
a
budget.
million or two.
Maybe more than that. I would say this looks like a $5 million movie to me.
Yeah.
5 to 10.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look it up, because I think it's 5 to 10.
If they did this with 6, that would be a miracle to me.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because this just, it's so many
$12 million.
Oh
setups.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot of production design.
Yeah,
it's
it
a
is.
lot of
Lighting, a lot of...
yeah. And
creature
the
effects.
actors they're using, they weren't super A-list,
No.
but they weren't not
Yeah.
known actors.
Mhm. Yeah.
But they don't even make movies for $12 million anymore.
No, they don't.
Those movies don't exist.
No, they don't. Which is what's sad, is because I feel like we're missing out on that mid-budget, what they call mid-budget. where you make a movie for 15 to 20 or to 10 to 15, and then anything else, you know, you make it enough, it's fun, people go to see it, and then it makes a profit back. It's you don't have to spend $250 million.
No, every movie now is like under $1 million or 20 million plus.
And you're telling me if they released this in 2007, they couldn't have scraped up at least $12 million
for real.
in October?
Yeah.
They really didn't. They really...
Like, come on.
Yeah,
you guys just wussed out, Warner Brothers.
They did. They wussed out a lot.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, it's easy to say that in 2023, but, like, imagine being Warner Brothers in 2007. Every fucking horror movie is dark and dirty and dank, and everyone loves that shit. And here's this campy, weird 90s aesthetic movie that's an anthology that no one's doing anymore. Like
the top box office films, horror movies of 2007. Number 1 was I Am Legend.
Hell yeah.
Number 2 was 1408. That one with John Cusack.
I think these are all Warner Brothers movies.
Number 3 was Saw 4.
Okay.
Number 4 was Halloween. The remake. The first one. Number 5 was Resident Evil Extinction. Number 6 was 30 Days of Night. Number 7 was Pan's Labyrinth. Wow. Number 8 was The Messengers. Number 9 was 28 Weeks Later. And number 10 was The Mist.
What a great year.
And then you have the variety of...
Stephen King cleaning up.
A lot of torture porn was still around. Hostel Part 2, The Hills Have Eyes 2, Pete...
Oh
my god, his little creepy hands.
I know.
He's so cute in a horrible, devilish, terrible way. And this is what I love about this end scene is that it's so cute and then he's terrifying.
Yeah.
Like when he takes that mask off, I'm like, I got nightmares. I was like, okay,
really
no, he's so creepy.
But even his face is still like weirdly cute.
He puts his little trick or treat, give me something good to eat.
He gives him a chance.
Yeah, just give me the candy.
Oh shit.
No, it's because he denied those kids candy. He broke the rules. Give out the damn candy.
And then he puts out the jack-o'-lantern by accident.
And that's what's interesting is that Sam is not here to give out retributive justice for those kids because he's the bus driver. He's here because he didn't give out candy. But it just so happens that it benefits those kids.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ooh,
the glass in the candy is so great.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Oh,
that's great.
Laser blades. See all these great little tropes of like the dangers of Halloween.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it really is like, I mean, it's all about like the urban legends.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's all about.
The downside to having 80 lux.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Whoa.
This little laugh.
And where he has a child's laugh.
Yeah.
It's the best.
Fucking headbutting him. Like, you feel bad for him when he gets thrown against the wall.
Yeah.
Because he's so tiny. Like, even as evil as he is, you're like, oh, man. Fuck.
There's something like, there's something inherently like you want to protect Sam a little bit.
Yeah.
You want to follow his rules. Because I feel like once you know his rules are pretty simple. You know, you stay out of his way. Don't act like an ass on Halloween. You're good to go.
Whoa.
This is that great reveal. The monster underneath.
Oh, yeah, that shot of it is so good.
Scary.
The son of Pumpkinhead.
It's true, the son of Pumpkinhead. Yeah.
It does look a lot like Pumpkinhead.
Yeah.
Great movie for Southern Gothic, by the way.
Yes, Pumpkinhead, amazing Southern Gothic movie. It's got all the factors.
Yes.
And I love when he shoots him in the head. What comes out? Pumpkin.
Pumpkin.
Because he's literally
Let's make a pie.
A malevolent pumpkin spirit.
Man, I mean, like Brian Cox's performance, like, almost elevates the whole movie.
Yeah. Having a
He's
good
just
actor will do that
so-
to you.
Yeah, for real. It's like, it's not...
See, and what I like is that he does everything right. He double taps.
Mm-hmm.
But
Right.
when you're dealing with something
Very
supernatural,
rarely will the character actually do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they'll point the gun, but then that's just a setup for, like, they grab your hand or something.
That's one of the reasons why I like Fear Street, another great
Oh, yeah.
Halloween series. I guess almost like an anthology because it's like one continuous story, but
It's
it's like
saga.
different. It's a saga, and like they make really good decisions. It's just that they're dealing with something supernatural, so it's like there is no easy answer.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't fault them for running down the wrong way, or you know what I mean. Like
Right.
it's like literally because they're facing something so malevolent that they have to go above and beyond.
Yeah.
And then it's also, too, it's nice to see a character who's not afraid to actually, like, fight back, so you don't
Yeah.
have to complain that they're not fighting back.
Yeah.
You know?
The hands.
Yes. This is another one of those moments of, like, horror comedy that, like, you can't really laugh at because it's terrifying.
But you can also.
But, like, this little fucking hand.
And then you gotta be fucking kidding me. It's like you gotta think that, like, what did you expect? The man's head is a pumpkin. Like, I don't know. Do you think that's a normal person?
There's pumpkin innards coming out of it.
Of this creature that is alive. It's pretty horrifying.
Okay, I can laugh at that.
That's funny.
Hey, buddy. Hey.
Hey, what's up, man?
I'm you. You're me. Oh, look at that fucking face.
Damn, that was a weird nap, bro.
So what a sick practical effect that is.
Yeah, it's really cool. And it's just a puppet face. It's
Yeah.
a great.
But it's like really well made.
It's really well.
So does he think the pumpkins are, like, his family? Is that why he wants to protect them?
I think he's just a spirit,
Yeah.
like a trick. If you look at,
Yeah.
if you kind of look at Sam like any kind of like trickster spirit or spirit of a, you know what I mean? There's always like the thing, like follow the rules or the thing will get you. Like
Right.
Krampus, like how Krampus is the spirit of Halloween. Like I mean Christmas,
yeah.
where it's like behave yourself and don't misbehave or else something bad will get you. It's almost like he's like that version of for Halloween.
I just love how German that is too. Like we have Santa Claus, they have this thing will murder you if you're not a good.
You do not behave yourself, children. You would be dead. We will take you away, put you in a sack, and carry you off into hell.
I love this so much. The jagged edge of the candy being used as a stabbing weapon.
And the music's cool here, too.
Yeah.
The ethereal nature of it.
Ooh. Something so satisfying about bone-breaking noises in horror.
Satisfying, horrifying. Hee hee.
I took your candy, bitch.
I just want the chocolate bar.
And this right here. One eye. Like if you don't know, if you only know Brian Cox from like his serious roles,
Yeah.
you'd never expect him to do that fucking cartoon one eye open thing, but it works so perfectly for this.
I think that's what makes Sam so creepy too. Is inherently he's
Ooh.
like a child.
And Sam has a little butt flap. That means that
Yeah.
he poops.
Poops.
He needs a butt flap. That's what it's for.
Was he the spirit of a child? You know?
See, like this is like creepier than him just murdering the guy.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you gave me candy. Okay, I'll leave now.
Because it's also
'Cause
kind
that's
of
the
like,
rules.
well, after what's coming up for this guy,
Yeah.
it's like, does he realize it's not my place? You know, like it's not his place to kill him.
Right.
And this is such an interesting thing that he's choosing this day to burn all the evidence. Like, why now? It's been years. It's been 30 years.
I know, right? Like,
but
what?
yet today is the day that he decides to burn the evidence. Maybe because it's the anniversary, like a 30-year anniversary.
Maybe. Whoa. That's terrifying. What insane parent dressed their children up like
They're
this?
the 3 little piggies.
Yeah, but that's so... They look like they're supposed to be in Saw.
Trick or treat, sir. And that's right, now he has to give the candy
Give
out
them the
because he has
candy.
all the pumpkins in front of his house, so people think, oh yeah, he's really big on Halloween.
Yeah.
Thank you.
They're all mints.
That's all he has left.
Yeah. Great mummy costume. Face.
Did he like have a sense that something would go awry?
You're an orphan now.
Oh no.
Your father's a werewolf food.
It's probably best for him. Maybe he won't grow up to be a serial killer somehow.
Right. Yeah.
Maybe.
No, I think I've seen the show Dexter. It's already over.
It's already over him.
Childhood trauma. It's done.
We had so much fun eating all those boys.
Yay.
Now we're gonna drive away in our SUV.
Right.
And he's just like watching him, waiting for him to mess up, like, haha. Oh,
Time to go to the
So-
but
beginning
see,
of the
they
world.
broke the rules.
Comes full circle.
I'm sorry, Anne. Wait. Not yet.
What?
You're supposed to keep it lit.
Why?
Ancient tradition?
Henry, it's Halloween, not Hanukkah. Baby, I'm lit, and you're lit. Going up in here. Tonight's over.
Yeah, I'm sorry. No, she deserves this. Who
Yep.
does this? I refuse to believe.
Well, there's a lot of dry leaves. Okay? So she's
It's
preventing
a fire hazard.
a fire.
She's preventing fire.
Unaccompanied candles and dry leaves do not mix well. Says Smokey the Bear.
Guess what? The pumpkin is not gonna like burn down, and then all the leaves.
Uh-oh.
Trick or treat. I love this. Poetic justice, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Are those the other kids too? From the, not just the kids from the bus, but like the
Oh,
new
yeah.
kids?
Well, there was only 8, right? So
Oh no, there were 8. Yeah, trick or treat.
It was 8.
That's
Yeah.
what he deserves. He's a murderer.
See, that's why I thought this movie was a cop out. I'm like, show me killing the dude.
Yeah, right.
But
Not
I-
just pictures,
I like it.
animated pictures.
I don't know.
of
I
it.
kind of like the.
That's
Yeah.
the last
pictures,
taste they
though.
left me with.
But I like that.
If the last taste they left me with was awesome
But I
werewolf
like
hot
it.
chicks,
I don't know.
I would have been like, whoa, this is art.
But
This
I
is cinema.
feel like the story really made us understand that the worst thing here
Yeah.
was what happened to those.
No, it's the
Yeah.
most emotional
So
thing.
it's the most emotionally like upsetting moment. So I feel like it's good to feel like they got justice after all these years. Especially, you know what I mean? Like I don't know.
Giant baby, C. Ernst Hart.
Baby.
We build a C. Ernst Hart.
Party girl, want you? Oh, Spike the dog,
Spike
played by
the dog,
Zip the dog.
Zip.
Oh no, that dog's dead now. R.I.P.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yes, it's been 16 years that dog is dead. And that dog was an adult dog at this time that dog is dead.
Probably. Rip to the dead dogs of moviedom.
Rip to Zip.
Rip to
Rip to
Zip.
Zip. Hashtag Rip Zip.
Hashtag Rip to Zip.
Gone but never forgotten.
They should do a in memoriam, but for freaking animal actors. I don't care. They should. Okay?
As the credits roll on Trick or Treat, I think 2007 Steven was wrong.
Yes.
He was a fool.
He was a fool. This is a fine, good Halloween time. It has everything you want from Halloween 2. Orange and black, jack-o'-lanterns, candy, stabbings, creepy
Costumes,
children,
parades, fucking...
werewolves,
Yeah.
vampires, in
Yeah,
quotation mark.
Yeah.
Serial killers.
Serial killers,
Boobies.
projectile vomiting,
Oh, yeah.
nudity.
Lots of boobies.
It's a good time
It's
to be
a total
had.
package.
It's a total package.
If they did a trick or treat too, what do you make it like super modern? Like, you know, is it
I don't
like
know.
cell phone horror? Like,
I don't know.
do you embrace like the new tropes of horror?
I don't know.
Do you keep it old school? You know,
I don't know. That's
Yeah,
a
that's a
difficult.
tough, yeah.
like it's a
That's
fine
a
line to
tough-
walk.
There's a lot of directions you could go. You could, like, just make it a continuation of this story. You could, like, make it a totally different.
I honestly.
You could do an anthology that actually is directed by multiple people. You can do a lot
One
with
thing I will say is I really hope they don't do, if they ever make a sequel, they don't do the thing where because we have the internet now, everybody knows everything about Sam. Like, part of what was cool
yeah.
about this is that no one knows who the fuck this little child is.
Yeah.
They just know that there's this nebulous sort of like, there are rules, don't
So
blow out the jack-o'-lantern,
you
and
wouldn't
give
want
out
any
candy.
like Sam origin information.
No, I don't want to know where he's from. Why does it matter? It literally is.
But
the
that's
most-
what happens in every horror sequel.
And that's what I
you
hate.
learn about the monster.
So, in my opinion, if that's what they feel like they have to do, I don't want them to do it. If they feel they have to explain where Sam comes from, why?
Yeah.
Sam is literally his Pumpkinhead. As far as I'm concerned, he's the son of Pumpkinhead, and that's all I need to know. Okay? And think about it. Pumpkinhead, he has to put his sacrifice. He sacrifices himself at the graveyard thing, and then he becomes the Pumpkinhead, and then so. Who knows? Maybe there are other Pumpkinhead graves somewhere. There's a curse. I don't care. I don't care. They filmed this in Vancouver. There you go.
Of course.
So, but my thing is, I feel like Sam does not need an origin story. He is a spirit. He is a spirit. Why do you need an origin story for a spirit? Spirits exist because as long as there's been
Okay, so
traditions.
So let's make an origin where he's hanging out with Santa Claus. They're at the spirit
You're
convention.
upsetting me already. I refuse. If
I
that,
would be into, like, cosmic origins of Sam.
no
Like,
origin.
I
Stop
like
it.
origins. I like origins.
You heard it here too first. It will be called Trick or Treat Origin.
No.
Prequel to everything.
Because then it's all in order to know his origins, you either have to do one of two things. You either have to have the characters explore him, or you have to make a movie about him being formed. Both of those things sound so boring to me. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't want to see a bunch of people Googling this guy, and I don't want to see an origin story of, like, Sam's pumpkin parents, like, being like, give birth to our demon son. Like, I don't want that. Like, I don't fucking want it.
I think I'd want to see more of the Halloween tropes they do. Like if you do like a whole scene in a costume shop.
Yeah.
Or you do like a whole segment in like a candy store. You know, you
just-
can get into the more retail horror elements of Halloween this time. Or you could do like a whole movie in a Halloween party, because we just get like glimpses of Halloween parties. But we don't actually like live in a Halloween party for a night. So that might be cool. Sam at a swingers party.
I don't know.
on Halloween.
I don't know if you need, like, that's the thing. It's like, in my honest opinion, I feel like this story is so self-contained with the, it almost feels like Sam isn't even a universal trickster spirit. It's just like for this town because of its history. Do you get what I'm saying? It's almost like this kid's
Look at you
created
doing
Sam.
writing the prequel right now.
But I'm saying, but you don't need it because you already have it in this story. You already have the idea that if those kids were killed horribly, this creature formed of that sort of tragedy and exists to create little havocs. You know, maybe he only is here because it's the 30-year anniversary of the bus death. Maybe this is the first time Sam has ever been around. You know, who knows? Who knows? It doesn't matter. To me, I don't know. I just feel like anything in a sequel that's going to spend all its time trying to explain Sam is going to be a movie that just is looking inward to its own belly button, and it's not going to be interesting.
You know,
Like, the fun part of this movie is we don't really fucking know.
You know what would be fucking awesome? If they M. Night Shyamalan this bitch, right?
Oh, no.
And they put
What a
out
twist.
an anthology horror movie, right? And then, like, an hour into the movie, they reveal Sam is in the movie. And that this is a Trick or Treat sequel. You know what I mean? They totally backdoor hide it, and like you look through the first hour and you see him in the background, but you didn't really notice him.
Oh, yeah.
You know. So you watch the Trick or Treat movie, and it's a surprise that you're in the Trick or Treat sequel.
Yeah.
You know, like a trick in and of itself.
Meta.
This has been our commentary track for day 6 of Wunda Halloween-a-thon. Any final thoughts, D-Rod?
No, this movie rules. I love it.
Halloween.
It's good times.
This is a good movie.
It's a good time. It's a good time for so many different days of the Halloween-a-thon, and we just ended up picking this one for logistical purposes, but it's a very Halloween-a-thon movie.
It's the most like it puts me in the mood for Halloween. Like it makes me excited. I want to decorate. I want to carve a pumpkin.
Right.
I want to like pass out candy. I want to put a costume on. Like it's so fun.
Confirmed. Danny's dressing as Sam this year for Halloween.
I might.
Confirmed with butt flap.
With butt flap.
Perfect. I have been your host, Steven.
I have been co-host D-Rock.
I have been both the Thunder and Dani.
And
it's coming for us.
You can tweet us at Wundablog or at Wundacast. Check out our TikTok at Wundacast. And remember, kids, when finding a desirable date on Halloween, make sure that you are not being set up for ritual sacrifice.
It's very important.
Werewolf consumption.
It's very important.
Yes.
Because,
Do your homework.
Do your homework.
It's either that or herpes.
Both aren't fun.
Two consequences.
Not at all.
Hail Wunda. Hail Wunda.
Wundercast? Give it up for Wundercast, man. What an adorable name.
You're listening to the Wundacast.
What's up, everybody? This is Jason David Frank, Green Ranger. You're listening to Wundacast.
You can find it at Wundacast, and I know they love Effie.
Subscribe to the Wundacast.